vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
It's the new year, and it's time for a new John Deere. Acres has all new John Deere compact tractors, mowers, and Gator UTVs on sale with money-saving financing options. Whether it's recreation or landscaping, Acres has the John Deere for you. Visit your local Acres store for details. And don't forget, Acres has a full lineup of used equipment as well. Act now. These incentives expire January 31st, 2025. Financing program subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions may apply.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, it's been a while since we talked. Hey, what's the latest news at Honda of Lincoln?
It has been a while, Charlie. I hope you're doing well. Happy Honda Days is in full swing, and we have over 200 new Hondas in stock right now, ready for our customers to drive home.
Wow, that's the most you've had in a long time.
It is, Charlie. And we have great lease offers and financing from just 0.9% APR.
Hey, Andy, let me tell them about the pre-owned. They have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from with financing from 3.9% APR available. Incredible deals on new and used during Happy Honda Days, or if you need tires on your current vehicle, Honda of Lincoln is your best choice. Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Otter.
Hello, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, Wyoming, wherever you are listening to us, watching us. We are live stream on Facebook right now as well as Twitter. TeamMates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. My name is Des Moines Adams. I go by DeMo. My co-host, she is on vacay this week, so she is somewhere a lot warmer, having a good time. But we have a very special co-host / guest who I'm going to introduce here in a little bit. Happy New Year, everyone. I know this is our second show of the year. And this month, nationally is considered National Mentoring Month. Just want to remind everyone, it's a great way for us to celebrate the power of relationships, to also recognize the importance of mentoring, but most importantly, expand this mentoring movement by getting more people to step up and use their role to be a positive role model once a week for 30 to 45 minutes. Head over to teammates.org to learn more about how you can get involved or donate, because we have been around for almost 34 years. We are currently serving almost 10,000 students, but we still have a lot of students that will love to have a teammate, to have an additional caring adult, but we don't have enough adults that are willing to give 30 to 45 minutes. You know, not only have I been a part of Teammates for 13 years, but I have walked the talk for the last 13 years. I have been a mentor and still am a mentor. And one of my first mentees was when I first started with Teammates. And today, I am very privileged, honored, humbled to have my, still to this day, mentee who has graduated from high school. He's now at UNL, and he's doing big things. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Malachi Hopkins. Malachi, how you doing tonight?
Good, thank you.
So Malachi, he was one of my original mentees when I first started with Teammates, and we've stayed connected. And the one thing about Teammates mentoring is we serve third through post-secondary students, which means that if you want to get involved, you can be matched up with a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, elementary, middle school, high school, or someone who is pursuing some form of post-secondary education. Because even students, when they get to that college level, nationally, only 76% of students make it to their second year of college. So it's not easy, 76%. But over the last 13 years, our persistence rate when we provide mentors to college students is 91%, a lot higher than the national average, which means that when even students in college, they go through bumps, they still need that, hey, you can do it, I believe in you, that sense of resiliency, just like in the game of football. Sometimes you get tackled with bad news, you get hit with discouragement, you get knocked down when things are out of your control. But what do people do in a game of football, Malachi, when they get tackled? They get back up. And that is what mentoring provides, that sense of hope, engagement, well-being. Malachi, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you for being up, representing Teammates rules. So the Huskers, how do you feel about the Huskers getting that W?
I mean, they did good. I thought it was a good game. I wasn't really familiar with Boston, but they played a really good game, especially when they started coming back. So that was impressive.
So are the Huskers back?
I'd like to say I hope so. I just think they need some more firepower. I think they definitely got a quarterback to build on. So that's a good start.
Okay. And just using the word hope, I mean, that's a positive thing that, you hope so. And for Dylan to come back, which I didn't realize these days with NIL and the transfer portal, we have to recruit our current players every year.
Man.
So how do you feel about that?
I got a lot of mixed emotions about it because, I don't know what I would do in that exact situation, but I definitely think it's better in college football, but also ruining it because I think a loyalty doesn't really matter anymore. But it's just people aren't committing to stay there for 4 years. It could be 1 year and they're going to another school. But it's just kind of basically kids aren't even looking forward to going to the league anymore. They don't have anything to necessarily grind for because that's that big check. But you to see Carson Beck got $4 million to go to Miami. I mean, you're $4 million and 22 years old. I wouldn't care about going to the National Football League. He's living good, and they take care of your board and stuff. It's that's just free money.
Yeah. So back in my day, which I know for all the young people that are listening, back in my day, it makes me sound old. But when I came to University of Nebraska on a full ride football scholarship, that was my ticket. Being a first generation student, that meant a lot to do something that I love doing for the best team in the country. And I knew that for whatever reason, transferring wasn't an option. I was going to compete.
Right.
And Coach Osborne, he didn't make any promises. When he recruited me, a lot of other coaches did. Missouri, Ole Miss, Baylor, Oklahoma, Arkansas. They recruited me, and they made those promises like, "Hey, come here and make a impact immediately."
Right.
But Coach Osborne, you work hard, you compete, then maybe you get on the field. So I'm very fortunate that I competed, I worked hard. Actually got on the field my redshirt freshman year. I actually started my sophomore, junior, senior year. But transferring, that just didn't cross my mind. And getting my college paid for was a big deal back then. But what I'm hearing from you is that's not necessarily a big deal today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a big deal for me still. I mean, I get my college paid for too, even though I'm not an athlete anymore. I think that's a huge blessing because there's kids going into $40,000 to $60,000 of debt. I think they just kind of take it for granted. And especially I think it's with this transfer rules, only you can play literally if you go next year. It's like the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Like I've seen people transfer that I'm like friends with and you're not even starting. So it's like you're wasting time, wasting years of eligibility, and it's just not even necessarily worth it. When if you could have grinded it out and competed, who knows, you could have been a part of something bigger.
Yeah. So you right now are in college.
Yes, sir.
You're not an athlete anymore. But let's go back in the day. We got matched up in the 6th grade, and I wanted a middle school student. So when mentors go through an application, just so when you finally go to that mentor application, because you're a grown man now, you should be mentoring.
Yeah, 100%.
We get to put, what we can provide a young person and just what we're interested in. And so me being an introvert, being quiet, also liking sports, I wanted to be matched up with a kid that was kind of like me, quiet, shy, like sports, because I knew I turned that corner because other people in my life, they were able to bring out the best in me. And so I wanted to do that for someone else. But when you first heard from your counselor that you were going to be in Teammates, be honest with everyone. What came to your mind?
Well, like I was like open to the fact. My mom said it'd be a really good idea, just having someone to help guide you through and just be there for you, or even just spend time with, especially like a male figure. And that's something I always needed. I was like definitely like hectic. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I was like, this is someone I don't know, and I'm going to be spending some time with them, and like, in the future, maybe growing a future with them. So I just didn't necessarily know what to expect. Obviously, it paid off very well, but in that moment, as a kid who's, I believe 6th grade, I was probably like 12. It was definitely running through my head like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, is it fair to say that you were kind of a quiet, shy kid back then?
Yeah, definitely. When I didn't know anyone, I used to be a little nervous and not like to speak up or exactly get really comfortable with them right away. So that's how it kind of was when I first met you.
So let me test your spirit because you're still a young man. What were some of our favorite games?
Checkers, definitely. We played a lot of checkers. I still don't know how to play chess yet. But yeah, we played a lot of checkers. Foosball too. I remember that in the library.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so we'd always go down there and play checkers and foosball and just look around the library. We had a nice library at Pound Middle School, so I remember we'd meet there a lot.
Yeah, and I feel like you were into science as well. And, anytime they would have like a science fair, I would strategically come on that day just to, I was really curious just to see what you were interested in. Right. And then I feel like you got something and we put stuff together, whatnot, which is pretty cool.
That. It was the science fair. We used to do a lot of that because they'd have that. I don't think they do that anymore. It was like the Elastic Book Fair and stuff.
Yeah.
And they did that a while back, but I don't know if LPS still does that.
Yeah. But, what was cool that, we met in the library. We not only played games and stuff, and I feel like there were times when there were books that maybe you were reading that, you would share with me and stuff like that. And, it was just nice to just learn more about you because mentoring isn't about me. It was always about you. And so I really never talked about myself. But then something happened, I feel like 2 to 3 years later, because I went in just, Des Moines Adams. Right. Most of the time I'm on work. I'm working, but I would always come in the morning. So I'm dressed up.
Yeah.
But you really didn't know that I was a former Husker.
Yeah, not at all.
So when did you find out that I played football? Because I feel like that's when you wanted to know about me. Up to that point, not that you didn't care about me,
Right.
but you really weren't interested in my life,
Yeah, for
which
sure. I
is
was a little kid.
which is okay. But how did you find out that I played for the Huskers? And then, like, what was going on in your head?
So I remember, I think it was like 8th grade, and my first years of tackle football were like 6th grade, and then I played for a select team 7th and 8th grade. So this when I like started taking football serious, and talking about where I wanted to go to high school, and if this was my future. My dream was definitely playing college, and I told you that, and you were like, well, like I played for the Huskers, and then went to have a career in the NFL, and I was like, what? I just remember I was like, hold up, you're telling me this guy been my mentor for 2 years and I didn't even know this, and it definitely turned that switch to me where I was like, man, like, this is someone I need in my life. This is someone like I want to take the steps to do what he did so I can be in that position.
Yeah. And I feel like, that kind of gave me something to look forward to. It gave you something to look forward to because there was that opportunity, that space, for you to ask me questions and then just understand what it would take to go to that next level. Things like working out, strength and conditioning, getting bigger, getting stronger, what foods to eat, and then most importantly, just understanding what makes you uniquely gifted and talented. And it just so happened that you too was on defense, right?
Yep, that's a linebacker.
Yeah. And so to kind of fast forward, something happened in 2020, your senior year, which is still unfortunate, but any setbacks really set us up. I mean, as a stronger society, country, even as human beings. You graduated in 2020.
Right.
You did not walk across the stage.
We did, but it was like that later delayed one. So we were supposed to graduate and walk the stage in May, but we didn't do it till like July 26th, I believe. And we had to wear masks and stuff. So it was just a whole different, we were not expecting that compared to, our normal plan in May.
Yeah. Now, when a student graduates, that's when officially that mentor and mentee relationship ends. You had your graduation party after your graduation, after I received that formal closure letter. You invited me to your graduation party. It's COVID, but I wanted to make sure that I was there because one, we had like a picture in middle school.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a picture of us grown. But let me just say, I mean, when I put those two pictures together, I mean, it was pretty cool, man. And just the journey, middle school, high school, to see you graduate. And I mean, the fact that we're the same height, that was a pretty cool moment for me that day,
Sure.
and just to see you, your friends and your family and stuff like that, and just how proud your mom was. Graduate from high school, seems like it's not a big deal to a lot of kids. And we do have young people that are listening, and we also have older people that are listening. It seems like there's been a shift that the things that were important, such as school, going to school, graduating from high school, do you still feel that those things are relevant? And if so, let everyone know why those things are still important today.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's still relevant because it's just at the end of the day, it's always good to still educate yourself. We're in a world where you should be able to want to learn every single day and be better as a person. And structured systems like that and just to be able to do stuff that not everyone is doing is definitely something that this new generation should take because it's just we got to keep going and you don't want to set yourself back. You should do stuff just like literally dream of the impossible. So, no one in my family has graduated college. I'm first generation, and it's not easy at all. Like I've had a lot of stuff that set me back and, getting, like I said, getting tackled, but I got to get right back up and just trying to go forward to keep doing something that I can say I was the first to do. And then, create a family where I can have a kid do that too.
I wasn't the best student in school. I don't really think I even liked school. There were certain classes that I feel like I was good in, like English and art and things like that. But yet I'm very grateful that I had mentors in my life. Did you like school?
Not at all.
So how do you think you got through school?
Well, the big thing was definitely football. And then second, I mean, you played a huge part in that because I remember you telling me there's no football without school.
Yes, because to be a student athlete, you have to be a student before being an athlete.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Our mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. We are a school-based mentoring program. Mentors meet with students at the school, and really that partnership with the school district and the community. I mean, that's where the teamwork makes the dream work. For those that are listening, we're always asking more people to sign up to be a mentor. Call to action. What would you say to those that are on the fence? Help them to understand how important it is for kids these days that may not be engaged in school, but if they had that additional adult who's not their mom, not their dad, just showing up and just simply being there to listen and just to push them, not telling them what to do, but just say,
Just being there.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's so huge because a lot of the time people like kids don't want to hear from their parents. But like at the end of the day, even kids that are misbehaved or may not be learning as best as others, we all want accountability at the end of the day. And being able to have someone that is just simply there for you, someone you can feel comfortable telling something to, or just giving you that like drive in life. Like everyone needs someone. I don't care if you're super successful. It's just in any position, everyone needs someone that they can like bank off of or someone they can look up to, because the world, we're just going to keep revolving. We need to keep going. That person in our life to look up to is just a huge thing.
So even when kids act like they don't need that caring adult on the inside,
100%, they always want it.
Really?
100%. I promise you. I've worked with a lot of kids and, I've been the mean adult, the mean coach, but at the end of the day, they've always told me like, I appreciate it. When they're in trouble, they know that like, this is what we're going to do. But they would rather have that than someone who doesn't care about them, because a lot of these kids probably do have people that don't care about them. So being that adult or just that mentor in general, letting them know you care can go a long way.
So having mentors in the lives of young people, it matters.
Yes.
And it matters because our young people, the game is still the same when it comes to the game of life. School is tough for a lot of kids, but also the distractions. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of this. You had a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But in order for them to succeed, it's going to take more than just the teachers and the parents. It's going to take the community. And so if there was anything that you can say to your community, since you live right here in Lincoln, Nebraska, what would you tell your community about the importance of signing up to be a Teammates mentor?
I think the importance is just huge. Like just one, I know it's a fact where it's like even giving back to the community like causes less anxiety, makes you feel better about yourself. So if you can get a win-win from that, and then also affecting a kid in a good way, leading them right, making them feel like they matter, I mean, that's a huge deal. At the end of the day, that's two wins on both parts, leading this new generation to come up and successful or just be good people. Because when you're mentoring someone, there's a most likely % chance that they're going to want to mentor another kid from how they were affected.
Wow. Can't say any better. Malachi Hopkins, my mentee. I am proud to be his mentor because he is in college. So now I am his post-secondary mentor. When we get back to the second segment, I want everyone to know what my mentee is up to today. Also, it's Thank Your Mentor Day. So I got a lot of mentors to thank. So does Malachi. So don't go anywhere. We are live with Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 14th is $2 off beef jerky, $2 off ready-to-eat meals, and 20% off all candy. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
You're working out, eating right, living a healthy lifestyle, but your energy sucks. This could be a sign of low testosterone. Where do you turn for help? The answer is Limitless Male, the #1 testosterone clinic for men in the Midwest. Start by scheduling your free consult at one of our 13 clinics. If low T is the diagnosis, a custom treatment plan will get your energy back on track. What are you waiting for? Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live. DeMo and my mentee Malachi. Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. Ash is somewhere warm, throwing in everyone's face all of the good mood food that she's eating. She's having a great time. Ash, if you're watching, hey, you enjoy it because you're back to work next Tuesday, and it's going to be 1 degree when you get back, and I don't feel bad for you. This is National Mentoring Month, the month of January. It's a great opportunity, as I mentioned, to celebrate the power of relationships, to recognize the importance of mentoring, and then most importantly, expand the movement of mentoring. But also today is considered Thank Your Mentor Day. So ways to celebrate National Mentor Month is like what we're doing today. And so I got a couple shout outs that I want to give to my mentors for those that are watching and listening. Just a few. I met with one of my mentors yesterday, Jane Miller. She is a product of Gallup, and she sat on our teammates board. She not only helps me just navigate being a leader, but she helps me to do so with my unique gifts and talents. My top 5 strengths are futuristic, significance, individualization, relator, and strategic. And so shout out to Jane Miller. Thank you for what you're doing. Also, Aaron Davis is, I consider one of my mentors because seeing what he does as a motivational speaker really motivated me as this introverted, quiet, shy kid, as a college student, even as a young adult. He was kind of like Mike, like I want to be like AD. And what I'm doing today is because of the mentorship. He took the time to help me and give me the tools and just the confidence. And so shout out to AD, Aaron. Prayers are still out to your family as well. And then also just one more shout out, Chris Bubach. Chris Bubach, very involved with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. When I was a student athlete at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, spending that time with him, not only as a student athlete, but even as a young man, becoming a man, he has been very influential in helping me to be the man who I am today. And then also, I am a man of faith. And so Chris Bubach, with everything that he has done for Fellowship of Christian Athletes, those are just 3 mentors off the top of my head. And I can keep going on and on, but Malachi, today is Thank Your Mentor Day. Who do you want to give a shout out to right now?
So I got about 3, 2 right on the top of my head. I've had a lot of mentors for sure that's led me to great places, but just the 3 I can think on top of my head. I like that you said that you're a man of faith. I am too. And to start off, I want to thank Seth Repke. He's been involved with nonprofits for about 16 years, and he just recently started his own masonry business. And he's been a man that's helped me with my faith, helped me with, nonprofit work, and just simply been there for me. And I truly appreciate that a lot. Next, most definitely, Tony Goins, co-owner at the Capital Cigar Lounge and president of Pfizer. That man has just always been there for me. Also, helped me out with a lot of connections and just put me in position to be successful. And then lastly, of course, man, I got to thank you. You've been there for me, especially when I thought there was no place for me to go in life. You gave me an eye-opening on what I could be, and I definitely want to be like you.
Man, hey, I'm humbled because as a mentor, sometimes we as mentors, we really don't necessarily know what impact we're making. When we go through training, we're trained to just support, be there, and just make sure that we're positive, we're unconditional, and we're kind of like your cheerleader, man. So I appreciate it. Sometimes I forget that I'm still your mentor because you're a grown man. So I know what you're up to, but this is what full potential looks like, everybody. He is a grown man, 22 years old. So 10-year, going on 11-year relationship. Why don't you tell everyone what you're up to today? You graduated from high school in 2020. And of course, there were some ups and downs, I would say, but what are you up to today? Tell the world what you're up to today.
Well, right now I'm a UNL student. And then, I work at Sandhills. I'm an intern there. And then I work at the Cigar Lounge that Tony owns. And then I run my own nonprofit where we do sports performance training and mentorship for underprivileged kids called Everybody Gets a Chance.
Everybody Gets a Chance. And so you started this nonprofit a little bit over a year ago.
Yes, sir.
Now, I guess, where did the ideal come from? Like, what made you want to run your own nonprofit?
For sure. So we'll have to backtrack a little bit. Before I was at UNL, I was playing football at Coffeyville Community College in Kansas, and I had suffered a bad neck injury. I got spinal stenosis. So I moved back here, then I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So I was just dealing with a lot of medical stuff and kind of at my bottom. And this is where I thanked you because, if I wouldn't have had you as a mentor in my life, I wouldn't necessarily know what route I wanted to go. but you let me know that there was always still hope, that I could still take a route that didn't necessarily have to be football, even though that was my dream. And, I kind of wanted to see how I could give back to the community in a way that I was still passionate about. So I knew sports was a huge thing. I wanted to be able to do some kind of training. I always wanted to be like a strength and conditioning coach. So I wanted to train kids. I knew that, but I also knew like a lot of kids that grew up the way I did, or even worse with a single parent or with lower income, they couldn't afford sports performance training, especially since that's an expensive route. And I was like, maybe since I've been involved with nonprofits so long, with like City Impact, Malone Center, and Teammates, I could do something similar to that. And that's what I was like, boom, that's it right there. I want to be able to do sports performance training and mentorship as a nonprofit and be able to train these kids and mentor these kids at no cost. And that's kind of what got us started in October 2023. And we kind of just went forward ever since then. And now we even give out scholarships. So,
Wow.
it's a long journey, but I got high hopes for it.
No cost.
No cost.
Wow. And so October 2023, how many students have you impacted so far?
Starting from then, we partnered with a lot of different programs and had our own program for the last year. So I'd say over 75 for sure.
Wow. Right here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm pretty sure there's some parents right now that are listening. You probably got some fans that are listening. I hear that your mom is watching. I hope she's smiling. Where can people go to learn more about your nonprofit?
So we got all social medias, and then we also have our website, egcnebraska.org. That'll have all our socials on there. We got Instagram, Facebook, and also LinkedIn. That's all. Everybody gets a chance, and you can interact with us on there. On our website, you can put a questionnaire in there. We have merch on the website. You can sign up your kids through there, and we'll be launching our spring scholarship here soon. We'll be doing 2 different scholarships. So that's if your kid, you're struggling with finances and you want your kid to play an organized sport, that shouldn't be an issue for any of this new generation. And we want to be able to put a dent in that. So please apply.
Lots of positive things going on out there right now. Of course, teammates mentoring, everyone gets a chance. It's one thing to do sports, right? But also, to give people ways or a different way, right? Because I believe in this game called life. You win or lose by how you choose. And choices give you chances or they give you consequences. And the more positive choices that we can give our young people by getting involved in positive things like teammates where everyone gets a chance, when they win, we all win.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it important for our young people to get involved today?
Just because, I feel like there's a lot of free time that kids have. And if, like you said, like if you're not using it in the right way, it could either be a consequence or it could be a chance. So, we should give them opportunities. And that's kind of how I came up with my name. Everybody gets a chance. I want to just give every kid an opportunity just to be better, just to be led in the right way, and just to be productive members of society. And like you at Teammates, like you guys are hitting it right on the nail. You're spending that one-on-one time with that kid. And, that could get a kid farther than you could ever imagine.
Now, you're doing more than just, teaching them sports. There's a mentoring component to it as well, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
So talk about the mentoring that's taking place as you're coaching these kids, taking them through drills and, showing them the ropes of, things such as, how to run with a form and how to do push-ups and stuff. So what does the mentoring component look like?
So, honestly, it's more rewarding than I ever thought it would be. So for our high school program, I'm not working with them. We pay trainers for that, but we're middle school and elementary school. That's where me and a couple of my buddies, we take care of that. And like I said, it was really rewarding because when I first partnered with the Malone Center and we were doing our last training session there, all the kids would always it's coaching. So I'm over here, again, I got to have a little deeper tone in my voice and tell them getting on the line if they're not acting right. So they know we're going to run if you're not listening. But I was always the mean coach and this, that, but they knew how much I cared about them because I just wanted them to be better. And I remember when I told them it was my last day, everyone started crying and I never felt something like touched me in a way. And I got really emotional because I was like, dang, like all these kids just wanted someone to care about them. And that's what I mentioned earlier in the segment. And it's just, you're building a relationship with them because they're working out, they're doing something that a lot of kids do like it. Some of the kids don't, it's not easy. Sports performance training isn't easy. They're running drills to work on their agility. They're jumping, they're doing push-ups, they're doing stuff that's not necessarily easy at a young age, but it's also what is going to take you to that next level.
Kids want someone to care about them. And Teammates mentoring, we've been caring about kids for almost 34 years. we have cared for almost 50,000 students over the last 34 years. Your program, and I mean, man, that hits home. Why is it so hard for adults to step up and care about our home team, our young people right here in the community? Why is it so hard?
I just don't think they necessarily know exactly what the kids are going through or what impact they could have. I think if we just keep having relationships like me and you, like you guided me in a way that I never thought I could be in a position right now to even give back to the kids. So maybe just keep showing these success stories and showing that if you're there for someone that they're able to do what I'm doing, what you're doing. And, maybe I'm training a kid right now that's going to do something bigger than both of us. So just letting them see the final product.
So they're hearing that right now, our kids are going through a lot, the influences, what they see, what they read, it dictates how they think, how they feel, positive and negative. It also influences their choices.
For sure.
But a lot of adults don't really know how they can impact, young people. What are some ways that adults, because you said it's the awareness, but also adults don't really know the impact that they can have on a young person. What are some ways that adults can impact young people? And it doesn't take a whole lot of expertise. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be NFL players or anything like that. Like, what does it take for an adult to give their time?
100%. I think it's just your time. And like you said, for being a teammate, it's 30 or 45 minutes of your time once a week. Just being there for someone, being consistent. I think being consistent is a huge thing. A lot of these kids are used to inconsistency, with just how the world's operating. And then social media is just a huge thing where they're seeing stuff at what they're expecting, and just they need real life people there for them. And that's what you guys do at Teammates, which is amazing.
And since I'm a proud mentor of you, I always ask, what can I do to support you? And so I'm very fortunate that with your upcoming gala on Thursday, February 13th, you asked me to be your MC and your keynote.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you didn't ask me for one thing. You asked me, hey, can you be my keynote? Oh, and can you be, the MC? I'm excited because I'm excited about what you're doing. You are changing lives, through what you're doing. You're hopefully changing the trajectory of where students may somewhat, because, you're working with low income, you're working with students that, may have unique circumstances or whatnot, but you're giving students a chance. So I'm excited, to support your efforts because I think what you're doing and the love that you have for sports, even though you're not in sports, you're still giving it to young people. Can you tell everyone more about this event that you're putting me to work for? I mean, my mentees put me to work. Tell others about what's going on Thursday, February the 13th.
So Thursday, February the 13th, we're having our second annual fundraising gala. And, it's just going to be a good night where there's dinner served, drinks provided, live music, and obviously the keynote speaker, Des Moines Adams. And what it is for, we're fundraising for our scholarship fund, our program fund, and then also our events. So, we have done a couple events. We've done an annual community event where it's in the summer. We have a lot of different things. We bring the whole community out, dunk tank, Husker players, all that. And then most recently, we just did a basketball drive thanks to Dick's Sporting Goods and the Nebraska men's basketball team. We gave out over 40 basketballs. They signed the basketballs, took pictures with the kids. And, I'm just very blessed that the community here has been helping us because that all is not happening without you guys. So the funds for this will definitely be more to make something even bigger than what we've done before. And I just want to keep having events and gaining more kids in our program and then giving out more scholarships because that's kind of the main thing it is for that scholarship fund. We've only given out 2 scholarships so far just because of finances. We are early nonprofit. And, it kind of hurts my heart because when I had over 15 kids apply for these scholarships and I can only choose one, especially reading the stories where it's like makes me just want to give it to everyone. It's just finances really could take it to the next level. And I want to be able to provide that to those youth that need it.
Wow. Is everyone watching? Are you hearing this young man? I mean, this product, we had original mentee Eddie Brown on the show. Now, Eddie was impressive, but Eddie, I think this young man got
don't
you.
tell him that.
You know, I've had about 5 mentees, and not all of my mentees after they graduated wanted to hang out with me, but this mentee, Malachi, he is still with me today, 10 years plus, and he's doing big things. You are live. Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. We got one more segment, so stay locked in. We'll be back in 5.
Make the 2025 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 17th through Sunday, January 19th. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the 360 blind giveaway, compete in the Big Buck and Monster Shed contest, try the 3D shoot and more. Get tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 17th through the 19th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. 84th and Havelock in Lincoln, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies with light winds. International high around 22. Tonight, increasing cloud cover with calm winds, a low around 13. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds. International high near 39. And meteorologist Kyle Becker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 14th is $2 off beef jerky, $2 off ready-to-eat meals, and 20% off all candy. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
You're working out, eating right, living a healthy lifestyle, but your energy sucks. This could be a sign of low testosterone. Where do you turn for help? The answer is Limitless Male, the #1 testosterone clinic for men in the Midwest. Start by scheduling your free consult at one of our 13 clinics. If low T is the diagnosis, a custom treatment plan will get your energy back on track. What are you waiting for? Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For those that have been watching and listening, you are with DeMo and Malachi, Teammates Timeout. Ash should be back next Tuesday. She's probably in 81 degrees of weather, but she's coming back to 1 degree next Tuesday. Malachi, we've been matched up for almost 11 years, over 10 years since you were in the 6th grade. We talked about kind of what you're up to today. You're running your own nonprofit. You have an internship at Sandhills, which is like a beacon to this Lincoln community. You're working at one of your other mentors, like your life mentors, Cigar Lounge. But then also you're running your own nonprofit. Which is awesome. Everyone gets a chance. It's at egc.org or .com?
egcnebraska.org.
Okay. Hey, like this guy on Facebook, follow him. I feel like I'm still mentoring you because you have a platform. You're a big deal, and so if it's okay for me to share, I wanted you to know the importance of like your appearance and impressions, right? So we had a conversation about as you go big time with your nonprofit, make sure you watch what you post. You can't be doing everything. So, from man to man, how did that feel when I was just, I was trying to be as respectful as I could, but just helping you to understand, like in my role, this is what I have to do. You got potential. Here's what you need to do. And here's what I'm seeing. Like, how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel good. Everyone doesn't like hearing what they should do, but I knew it was what I needed to hear, especially when you're doing exactly what I want to do. You're the face of Teammates. You guys are in those 5 different states. You're the CEO. So like you mentioned to me, like your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, that's all Teammates because you are the face of their company. And me running this nonprofit, I'm the face of that. So that's what persona I need to put off and just being as professional as possible when especially I'm asking for help for the community. That's all I can do.
Yeah. And, right now we're trying to provide more positive faces to our 3rd through 5th graders. That's our greatest need. Also, we're very fortunate to have a partnership with the state to help close that reading literacy gap because COVID has impacted these 3rd through 5th graders because they had to learn how to do school at home. But also there's benefits of being matched with a 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader. I know we got matched in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
But I feel like it helped us because as you got older, there was this comfort level. And so I'm just curious, when you become a mentor, what grade level would you start?
I definitely start around that 3rd to 6th grade mark just because like me and you were talking about that comfortability level, being able to build it up. Me and you, we didn't talk about a lot of big goals when we first started, just getting to know me. About me, like you said, you didn't really talk about yourself and making me feel comfortable. And when we got to that high school area, that's when it's like, all right, let's start building off of each other. What do we want to do? Well, how can I help?
Yeah.
And just, I want to start out with that younger generation just because that's kind of what I work with now. And just letting them know I'm here for them at first. And then as we build up, it's starting to be that more mentor aspect, like you mentioned.
Okay. Hey, Jim Bidditt, Lincoln chapter coordinators, you heard it. Here's a recruit right here, Malachi Hopkins. I'm going to have to get him to go to teammates.org, especially me being his mentor. I have a responsibility to make sure that there is this full circle of being a mentee and becoming a mentor. One more thing, my son, he's in the 7th grade, around, middle school, kind of like when we met. In a couple of years, he has a decision to make. I'm not from Lincoln. I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Right.
kids can pick any high school to go to in this town. I want him to go to a legit school, someone that has a good basketball program, a good football program, and someone that can put some muscle on this young man. So, you know, I don't want to stir up anything, Lincoln community, but I'm just curious, where should my son go to high school?
Well, I definitely think he should go to Lincoln High. You know, that's where I went. That's where, you know, I started even when I was playing Silverbacks football. We were practicing on their field. We were touring their building. So that's always where I've had my heart at. But that's where I think he should go, especially I'm going to look forward to coaching them. So if anywhere else, I know you mentioned North Star. That's definitely a great option because Coach Venable, he's their strength conditioning coach there, and he'll definitely put some muscle on them. But obviously, if I had to say, I'd say Lincoln High for sure.
Coach Venable, he's the real deal. And then Lincoln North Star, they're doing some good stuff in basketball right now.
Yeah, I heard their football was pretty good too.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I want him to go at the end of the day is about education. Student athlete, but I'm not from Lincoln, and so what I'm hearing is Lincoln High, Lincoln North Star. Is there a third high school?
I mean, if he's playing football, Southeast, I've heard great things. You know, I know a couple of the teachers there, just since they're my mom's friends, and then their football has also been pretty good from the years I've seen it. And you know, student first, so obviously that, but football, those three schools for sure.
The cool thing as we wrap up this show, Teammates Mentoring is in every single school here in the Lincoln community. But also, as a reminder, we are in over 200 communities across the state of Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, and Wyoming. So when you go to teammates.org, you get to learn where we serve, the communities, how you can get involved, whether it's with your time or with a donation. But tonight, Malachi, thank you for your time. I already hooked you up with a Teammates Rules shirt as my way of thanking you. Glad to hear that you are hopeful that the Huskers are back, but also I'm so happy to hear and see what you're doing as a full potential product of Teammates. Thank you all for joining us. Teammates Timeout with DeMo and Ash. Ash will be back next week. Malachi, thank you for co-hosting, and continue to celebrate National Mentor Month. Thank a mentor and have a good night.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 14th is $2 off beef jerky, $2 off ready-to-eat meals, and 20% off all candy. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour.